Most of the time when we talk about a race event, who won, who lost, who podiumed. This one, for us, is about what happens when everything starts going wrong. Set deep in the Okanagan Highlands at one of North America's most unforgiving winter rallies, where conditions can change in seconds and push even experienced teams to their limit. In this episode, Celine and I face brutal track conditions, administrative chaos, and mechanical failures that put both our safety and our season's podium finish at risk. This quickly became our most challenging event yet, so join us as this picturesque rally landscape bears its teeth.
Going into this rally, our goals were to keep it clean, stay on pace, and do minimal damage to the car.
Can you drive this like a little bit smoother?
Yeah, but... And I needed to test the car. Every time we go out, we change something. And it's all moving the car forward, it's all good, but it's a lot to adjust to as a driver, and then I don't quite feel as comfortable pushing the car to the limits. And with all the changes we've done, the biggest change we made this time was the surface underneath the car. Snow and ice everywhere, cliffs and trees. And I just don't have the seat time in this vehicle, in this situation, to kind of feel comfortable pushing it. So I wanted to test it where I could safely. Just getting to this rally is difficult. Getting to any rally is difficult. Getting your team organized, getting signed up, getting the car ready, the amount of work that goes into it, it's worth it, don't get me wrong. But it's a lot. And this one, the highway conditions were treacherous. We had just got a new tow rig and we're just learning that. It's a semi-truck. We don't know anything about semi-trucks. Do you?
No, but we did learn that if you're going into a snow-covered parking lot, chain up before.
First.
Yes.
And so our tow vehicle got stuck right when we got in. The lot hadn't been plowed. We were expecting it to be, which is fine. And then the chains didn't fit properly. So our amazing team, of course, figured it out and got everything sorted. There was recce carnage. There were drivers, competitors that were sliding off and sliding around and blocking the road. There was one team of 3 drivers that all went off. And so because of that, we lost valuable recce time. We didn't get to make notes on some of the stages. Our second pass, we got 1 pass. Oh gosh, and the slick conditions. You know, we went out and we recce all day and we did the best we could. We had solid notes. We were, for the most part, except for some of the stages that we didn't get enough passes on. The super specials are great. They're for spectators. They're a lot of the time lower speed, depending on where they set them up. This was a rallycross club, the IRSA, right by Big White. When we recce'd it, we were on studded winters and that felt like it was maybe the wrong choice. There was deep snow everywhere. But unbeknownst to us, coming back later that night to do the super special, after it warmed up, cooled down, it was pretty slick. I went out on a deep snow tire and that was a poor choice, which made it interesting. The hilarious thing about that is it became so slick, we had the wrong tires, and I went out driving it like it was a rallycross and a little overcooked it, especially on one corner. I felt I had the perfect angle, and then the back end of the car just went out, and I went, well, okay, I messed that up, and I had to get the car turned back the right way. And after, when I talked to some of the people that rallycross out there, and they said, oh, well, you need to know that corner. There's always standing water at the outside of it, so when you go sideways, you can never rotate there because you'll just spin out. Well, that's things I wish they told me.
The more you know.
The next day, the early stages didn't matter as much for us because they were part of the national championship. And again, we're concerned with the Western Canadian Rally Championship. We thought those seat time is invaluable, so we sign up. We're going to do those as well because we're out there and we'll get that seat time. We started. We got good flow. We had really good flow in the bullet stages. We're running 2 stages, 2 times each, bullet and Black Forest. When we did bullet, it felt good. There was some speed. We were placing well. Our times were good. But when we did Black Forest the second time, and we started getting used to that speed, and I started feeling comfortable pushing the car more and learning the car in this speed range, but then we got off note.
Things went sideways. That was one of the stages where we did not get our second pass, and there was a section that we did not have clear notes on.
So we came into that and we were off note, and instead of just instantly pulling back, I thought, well, we need to get back to that pace we're at. And it didn't take long until we just touched a little bit of that snow, that powder snow that sits on the road when the entire road is slick underneath. And if you touch some of that powder snow with just a bit of momentum, and when that little snow is offline where all the traction is and there's ice underneath, I tried to, but it just slid in. And we gave that ditch a car.
Ditches love cars. On
So
that note.
we weren't as concerned about that because, again, these stages weren't part of the Western Canadian Rally Championship, which is why we're here. So we waited for B-Sweep. Now the B-Sweep team is amazing.
Shout out to B-Sweep.
Yep. And B-Sweep is basically comprised of a bunch of volunteers that love overlanding and love off-roading. So they come out with the big off-roading trucks. And they get to figure out ways to extract us schmucks when we put our vehicle in weird situations. They do an incredible job at it, and they pulled us out very easily. Once we got back to service, the first thing we do is Max confers with us, usually before we're even in, either on radio or he walks over to us just to chat. The biggest things we said is we had an off, so we have to check everything over before the stages that matter to us. We run those. And there was a fuel smell. And the fuel smell we'd mentioned before, but it was a big deal. It was starting to affect us. You know, something, you know, are we looking for safety? I was checking the car between stages to make sure everything looked fine. All the fuel lines looked great. We weren't leaking anywhere, but the fuel smell in the cabin was real. It turns out that the filler tube that goes into our fuel cell had failed somehow, and even though it shouldn't have. And that was giving us the fumes in the car. Now it was safe. We weren't worried about, you know, exploderizing. So we talked about what we're gonna do. Now, what we were expecting was 3 stages and then service, 3 stages and then service. 16 kilometers, 25 kilometers, 25 kilometers, something like that. And when we got out on the first 3, there were delays from other competitors going off. And we were sitting in the car waiting, and it got dark. That was the first oops, because we didn't have our rally lights. Most of the teams didn't, about 80%, and that's on us. So we were stuck out. It's pitch dark by the last stage starting. Vision is very struggling for me. There's nausea and foggy brain, and it's incredibly icy and slick. I don't feel like pushing the car now.
On that stage 2, we also came across 2 other vehicles stopped on stage. And that was a fright, to be honest. I didn't see them till we were right up close. There was no triangles, no warning that they were going to be there.
And co-drivers will frequently be in the book, feeling the car to know where we are. So I saw them and I slowed down.
But then we had to have that moment of, what do we do? Our stage is blocked. We are a hazard, and a car is coming up behind us within a minute or 2.
So the rally safe units we run click hazard, so that because the other car didn't, because we didn't have any notification on our rally safe. They had not put out their safety triangles or hit hazard, so we hit hazard on ours. Yep. And then Celine had to grab our hazard triangle and run it way back. Now we're in essentially a goat trail. There's deep snow on both sides of the road. We're in a tiny little road that has been made by the course opener cars and the race cars that have gone through before us. And then there's snow in the middle. So there's nowhere that's not slippery to run, or there's deep snow you're running through, and it's pitch black. So I got their tow cable out. I got them connected to the other tow in front car that was there, and they yanked them out. Now they left. But we still have to receive our triangle, and we're a hazard, of course, we're blocking the road. And this is taking minutes and minutes. As all the cars are a minute apart, there are, I don't even remember, but 5 maybe, 4, 5, 6 something cars that are now backed up behind us. Yep. Now the organizers say, when this happens and it's a safety thing, that you will get your time back, which it should be. And because we're stopped on Rally Safe, on GPS, they can estimate how much time we lost. Obviously the decel and the accel we won't get back. but from the time we dead stop to the time we leave, we do. So we'll lose some seconds, 15 seconds or something.
And we were told that we were going to get it back upon returning to service.
And you went and talked to them.
Yeah. And they assured me that they would record it and that we'd get our time back.
And we trusted that, unfortunately. We also trusted that when the 3 times they asked us, or the 3 times we asked them, we also trusted them that they had actually entered us in the rally. But we'll talk about that later. If we finish this though, in the place where we should have been, we would podium. We'd be second overall for the WCRC. And so that's kind of what we were aiming at. And that would be great. Or third would be great. Goodness, it was, we were ready for this to be over. But we finished the rally. And we had some great moments. We had some good flow. Now at this point, you do your final check-in and you go to the awards banquet. And in the banquet, both of us, I have a headache. We're just done. The fumes of the fuel really affected us throughout the day. It affected our ability to perform and to even think clearly. And now we don't have to be on, we're done.
As a co-driver, it is my responsibility to check all the paperwork, to check our times, to make sure that the people in power are dotting their I's and crossing their T's. Unfortunately, I made the error and did not check while we were at the banquet, and it was a detrimental cost.
So we didn't get our time back, and they didn't even enter us in the Western Canadian Rally Championship finals. Now, keep in mind, I don't blame them. That's on us. That means that now we learn that double check all the results, every single stage, everything. Never had to do that before. And the organizers are lovely people and they do a great job and they've done it a million times before. We just got the chaos theory where nothing worked this time for us.
So I bet you're wondering, did we achieve our goals? For me, sort of. I was on pace more than I have been all season, and I do feel as though I got a pretty good flow, but also made some pretty big mistakes.
No, I don't think I met my goals, and that's the truth. I think that the fuel thing was getting to me. Some of the notes being not the way we wanted them to be was getting to me. Not really getting comfortable in the car. A few times I did, and it felt great. So maybe a little, but I wanted more. And so I was a little disappointed in myself that way. It also made a difference when we come around our first stage on the WCRC, the stages that mattered, and we saw our friend and teammate, Ryan, in the ditch. Him and Chris were in the ditch in the, a few turns in. And that sucks. It sucks when you see any friend off. But what I can tell you is how his entire season ended is that, so I think for 2026, we have one more change that's coming. The Samsonis triple tube suspension that's going to be going into my rally car. It'll be new. We will get one test day before the Cochrane Rally, before we start the 2026 season. But Celine and I have made a goal
And we're going to podium.
See if we can make it. At the end of the season, we want to be on the podium for the WCRC. We also are going to take in the Olympus Rally.
Yeah.
And we may even get out for my first time ever being out rallying in Eastern Canada, and we may get to Quebec. I hope we do. We have one more video coming out from our 2025 season, which is our Kananaskis Rally video. We also have a video that we're working on the GR Corolla on ice in a rally cross that we'll be filming this coming weekend. We're going to do our best to create content for you. Please do the like and subscribe and the little bell thing and comment, ask questions. Tell us what you liked. Tell us what you have questions. Tell us what you didn't like. We're still learning. But wish us luck moving into 2026. We're going to do the best we can. We're going to bring the heat.
Level up.